So it's a very, very beautiful fort. It's a shame there's a bit of trash around it, but that's all right. Manu and myself have done enough climbing, so we're used to the steep steps. You gotta be able to change the mindset of the average Indian just to want to trash everywhere they can, but it is what it is. It makes me feel opulent, that maximum engagement. It breeds a poor mentality. The ASI can't seem to fix this. Maybe they don't want to. There's a lot of people up there that are taking photos and stuff, so we'll join them for our Instagram clout. Gotta get that clout. Good afternoon, guys. Still here in Pune. A couple more days and then I gotta head out. But it's a beautiful afternoon here in Pune. The sun's dripping on me and Manu. We just had a beautiful lunch. Shared some time with some family and friends. And now we're off to check out the footpath, the remnants of Chhatrapati Maharaj Shivaji. So obviously I don't need to go into the history of the man. I assume that most of my followers, being Indian, probably know who he is. But we're gonna go check out some places in Pune this afternoon that hold strong ties to his history. So we're gonna go check out the Shaniwar Wada, the Lal Mahal, so the home that he grew up in. There's a Ganapati Mandir that we're going to go check out that his mother apparently consecrated, and things like that. And then tomorrow I'm going to go to the Singhgad Fort. So we're getting a few things done on the trek and on the trek of Chhatrapati Maharaj Shivaji. So anyway, enjoy this afternoon's footage. I'll enjoy recording it for you. So yeah, stay tuned. So we're at the Shaniwar Wada. Now what it is, this place that you're seeing just ahead of me, sorry, I'll give a bit more explanation in a sec. There's a bit of traffic, I want to be on a bit of a move. So the wall that you're viewing is the wall that surrounds the Shaniwar Wada. Now this is a fort for all intents and purposes, and it was built by the Peshwas. And the Peshwas are essentially, or were, basically a hybrid between a prime minister and a military general. So they ran the administration for the governance over the social fabric, but they also ran the academy and all the training for all the military personnel as well in the region. So it's a very, very beautiful fort. It's a shame there's a bit of trash around it, but that's all right. So we're at the front of the Shaniwar Wada. As you guys can see, the entrance, and it's quite large in fact. The gate's pretty huge. There's a lot of people here. Surprisingly, I wasn't actually expecting there to be so many people. You can see behind me there's a statue of Maharaj Shivaji. Oh no, sorry, that's the statue of the first Peshwa that actually built this fort. And I forgot his name. I think it's Bajirao. I'll put it down here in the video for you guys. Yeah, so we'll head in a sec. Manu's just checking to see if there's actually like a ticket price or anything, because people are just walking in and out. But she knows where I am. So yeah, anyway, we'll head in, guys. Talk soon. All right, we're in, guys. We're gonna head up to the actual walkway of the Shaniwar Wada. So it's a pretty steep walk.
Keep up with the pace.
Yeah,
Keep down with the pace. Keeping down and up.
Pretty steep steps, but that's all right. Manu and myself have done enough climbing, so we're used to the steep steps.
Come first, come.
Okay, so there's an upper level and a mid level. So there's an upper level there.
That's the gate.
We'll finish at the gate.
Finish gate.
We'll wrap all the way around and then come to the gate. Yeah, cool. All right. Whew. So the outside of the Shaniwar Wada, the home of the Peshwas. Okay. I guess we'll just walk around, guys, and check this place out. Cool, man. It's literally a home. So there must be. Huh? Huh, well there's a garden there. Like.
Come here. Those are the ruins.
We'll go down and check them all out. I've actually forgotten what the military term is to describe this particular platform.
Watchtower.
But like these corner.
Watchtower, is it?
I guess this would be a watchtower. I suppose it would be. It's very interesting. I'm not really sure what that is. Now there's a sign that's down there, so I'll be able to see what it is. But just from merely my nonsense observational experience, it could be mistaken for some sort of bathhouse. But you've got these block pieces, like as if, you know, like a toddler's removing blocks from a plastic piece. But I think this might have been some sort of pillared structure, and the pillars would go into these cutout sections and would then raise up, and possibly you would have a roof on the top. And this might have indeed been some sort of bathhouse or spa. I'm not too sure, but there is a sign somewhere down there, so we'll check it out shortly. Another little scouting outpost. You can see these holes that run through onto both sides. Now, what these traditionally would be used for in military combat, you would take hot tar and you would run the hot tar down these channels, and that hot tar would then pour over the enemy, and then through these you would put like things like small rocks and stuff like that, and obviously of course to shoot arrows out of. But yeah, this is an interesting find. I didn't realize that this was here. So unfortunately there's some trash in these holes, but that's all right, I guess. I mean, it's not, I mean, you got to be able to change the mindset of the average Indian just to want to trash everywhere they can, but it is what it is. And I say that with love, FYI, and you guys know that. But the reason I'm saying it so loudly and harshly is in front of other people. So maybe they will hear me and they'll be like, oh, shit, that Gorda's right. Anyway, moving on. Some sort of site that's not entirely excavated. I see something which is reminiscent of a cave complex, like a gufa. You can see the water channel where there would have been some sort of trough You can see these squared off sections here. These would have been small.
In British?
Bye, I'm in the middle of something. Just hold on.
Sorry.
Australia. Some of my followers have said, Fozzie, if someone comes up and interrupts you, just tell them you're recording, and then they'll be like, oh, sorry. Anyway, so you'll see these squared off sections. These would be like small, you would describe it as chambers for storage, little micro warehouses. There's obviously some agriculture that's gone on over here. You can see some older blocks. Down there's quite fascinating. In fact, I'm not really too sure what that is. I'll see if I can take some photos. It doesn't look like there's an entrance into it. And it's maybe about 1.5 meter high wall, so I'll probably be able to see it, but Munn probably won't. But yeah, it's not rock cut basalt, that's for sure, but it's interesting. Anyway, it's an exceptionally beautiful place. It's quite serene, in fact. I'm actually shocked at how sort of serendipitous it makes me feel. It makes me feel opulent when I'm at places like this. All right, moving on. It's a bit of a funky smell in this spot for some reason. Maybe they've built a toilet below here. Oh. What is that meant to be? Oh. I don't think it's anything. It's just an empty hole. This would have been maybe a... This would probably be more like an outpost section of the corner to just kick back and relax. You know, you just do one of these, you just lay back, sip your chai, make sure people are doing what needs to be done, and just sip on some tea, some good old-fashioned Assam tea. So the old entrance that's no longer accessible. You can see that color differential on the brick here.
Yeah, there's a door inside.
Ah, and there used to be a door there. People are just taking their Instagram shots, trying to do their Instagram reels for that maximum engagement. And it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful spot to nap as well. If you're feeling like you're a little tired, maybe Manu and myself will take over those guys' spot and have a little bit of a nap there afterwards. There's a fair bit of trash on the outside of the site. And it's on the ASI compounds. Pardon me. So, guys, I keep telling you, and you don't listen. I say you got to clean up your trash. Stop letting it just sit around at these places. It breeds a poor mentality. Ridiculously tight staircase. People have to come up in sets of one at the time, come down in sets of one at the time, one at a time. All right, this is the site. Very interesting. Doesn't look like you can walk down, but like I said, I think this would be used for some sort of husbandry work. It looks like there's stables. This is be some warehouse supplied.
So it's under maybe storage. Who knows?
Yeah, this would be storage. Assuming. Like it could be anything. These could be baths. But on the other side of the wall where all the hay is and the leaves and stuff, I mean, that could just be a new addition, but it kind of reminds me of a stables. Maybe these were bedrooms, maybe these were lodgings for the soldiers. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see the viharas, right? The flat rock beds that people would sleep on. Or so the mainstream academia says, but in this example, it probably is the case. Whoa. Oh, there is a sign over there. So let's just see what it says, I guess. See how accurate I was. If it was indeed involving husbandry. And it probably wasn't. What did it say? Now it says it's the place of Dugai bungalow. There is no reference or evidence available leading to the occupants of this two-storied apartment. So there was no horses involved, but there's no evidence. But they assume it was a two-storied apartment. Okay. Well, I was wrong, and that's right. Oh, what a beautiful garden. Some of the older architecture. Okay, we'll go up. This looks like a fountain, and it probably is the Hazari Karanji. The Hazari Karanji fountain. The Thousand Sprayed fountain is the special fountain constructed most artistically and ingenuously for the pleasure and joy of the Peshwa Sawai Mandharaval. So your boy Sawai was just kicking back, just watching 1,000 sprays of water go up at any given time. I'm sure he had an excellent time watching this. 96 jets. Is that what it said? 96 jets. 96 jets in this fountain, which is obviously no longer working. Huh. And as you can see, might be a bit challenging from this angle, but I'm sure you guys can see it's in the shape of a lotus flower as well. It's actually very gorgeous. They should just get this thing working again. Wouldn't be that much of a challenge, I imagine. We've come a long way from improving our drainage systems and pressure gauges and our ability to control the flow of water, but the ASI can't seem to fix this. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe it'll cause too much havoc. Maybe it's too taboo to touch some of these things. But this is not that old. Realistically, it's not. But either way, beautiful sight. Kya?
This prime water source.
Wellland Bungalow of Rahat. This was one of the prime sources of water for the members of the Peshwa family, and water was drawn with the help of a water wheel. Would have been here. Can you see it on that side?
It's sort of a storage here.
Acha.
And I think they drew it from here.
Well, there's a pump there, a modern pump.
That is modern.
Huh. Oh, whoa. Okay. So there's the water source. And there was some sort of tool,
Standing on it.
which is probably below us, which was a water wheel that was used to essentially haul up the water, which would fill these tanks for drinking. Very, very cool. Very interesting. There's no more water getting in there. I'll show you the architecture as well. So the water would probably rise up from that center point or come in from one of the sides. You can see these marked holes. This would probably be a bath, if I'm being honest with you. So there would have been a roof that went over the top, and the Peshwas would have washed and bathed in here. Very cool. All right. Well, I think there's not much more to see. I think I've pretty much covered the site. We might go up to the top there. Yeah, we're gonna go up on top of the gate. There's a lot of people up there that are taking photos and stuff, so we'll join them for our Instagram clout. All right, so we're at this section of the site that I showed you guys from up on the what do you call it? On the walkway of the walls that surround, or as part of the Shaniwar Wada. So let's take a quick look. Now, I'm quite unclear on what this is. There's a sign here that says the As Mahal of the Nana Sahib Peshwa. The palace was destroyed in 1827, and it is said that only one As Mahal or mirror hall survived the Great Fire, but that too was scattered owing to the want of historical interest in the pre-independence period. So the British coming and buying back artifacts, wealthy Indian merchants doing the same. I don't think it's this. I don't think this is the Hall of Mirrors, because if it was, this would be a torture device. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I think we're good. Oh, this is quite fascinating. I'm going to take a photo of this. I'm not really sure what this is, guys, but it has a bit of a unique look about it, unlike anything else on the rest of the site. All right, I'll take a photo and then we'll head out. So I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Just checking out a couple more sites before we head out. So this is all a miniature garden where we saw when I was up above on the walkway, the holes. So the ASI says this was a kid's playground, essentially. So I guess so. I mean, it doesn't remind me of a place where kids would just play, but sure, we'll go with that. I'm not gonna argue with them. They know this place better than I do. So yeah, stay with us. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are enjoying the footage, as always, give me a subscribe, share my video or videos if you wish, tell your wives, tell your husbands, tell your brothers and sisters, tell your next door neighbors, tell your boss if he's a cranky old bastard, or her, she could be just a cranky old, I'm not gonna say the word, I almost got me. But yeah, so do all those things that I just said, so I can keep showing you these unique places that many foreigners don't see and many Indians surprisingly don't go and see themselves. Another central platform with a water system. It looks a lot older with something modern in the middle. It's very beautiful. So, yeah, great afternoon. Exceptional afternoon. And as you can see, the entrance gate to the entire complex. But now we've got to figure out how to get up. I'm unclear on how we can get up. Oh. Some old cannons they've cemented in, and one cannon they've pointed downwards. It's obviously not in use anymore, but that's all right. All right, we're gonna head up there, guys. So give me a sec. I don't need to show you the hallway again, or the staircase again, because I've already shown you that once. Oh. All right. So this is the top section of the Shaniwar Wada. I'll show you what we're looking at. A locked door. Unfortunate. Another locked door. Very unfortunate. This is probably some sort of quarters for the soldiers. be set up for the evenings. They're obviously doing some renovation work to it. You can see all out here. Everyone's taking their Instagram shots. But this would be essentially the main station through the day and through the evening and through the night, where the soldiers of the Peshwas would sit and wait for either some sort of siren, some sort of notification that there's enemies afoot and they should get ready for a battle. The main entrance from the outside of the complex, it's quite beautiful in fact. It's almost like there's queues for people to take their Instagram shots. They're just naturally forming. Gotta get that clout. Alright, I'll show you guys in just a sec, sorry. So this is the entire complex, guys. This is the entire site of the Shaniwar Wada, the Peshwa's house, or the Peshwa's fort, depending on your local language. So, yeah, it's quite interesting, it's quite beautiful. I'm not sure what the costs are. I'll quickly ask Manu, I'll bring you guys with me. Quickly ask you what the costs are, because it's all done on QR codes, so there's no exchange of cash here. So if you're a foreigner that's coming here to pay, it's going to actually be a bit of a trouble. It's actually going to be a bit complicated for you, if I'm being honest. I assume you can pay on your cards and things like that, but knowing the ASI, they actually don't accept international cards. They don't accept Forex cards or any international banking card. So I'm curious, and Manu would have to tell me how much the tickets were. 20 each. So it's 20 for citizens. I assume they've got a foreigner price of probably 200 rupees. But yeah, so if you are a foreigner that wants to come and visit the site, it is going to be a bit more of a logistical hurdle for you to pay, because you don't have access to the UPI system. So it would only be a designated Indian card, as in Axis, HDFC, SBI, things like that. So yeah, and I guess we're done. There's nothing else to see. No, we're good. All right. So we're going to move on, but I hope you guys enjoyed this footage. I'm unclear on whether this will be just a singular video or whether this will be part of a greater video. But either way, you guys will see shortly, as quickly as I will see. So for now, take care.